It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Denver Broncos and the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
Take a drive from downtown along Broad Street. You run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense. We're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other... Here's the veteran Will Lutz to get us going. And off we go from the link. Here's Williams on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
In my opinion, Mike, if they expect to leave here today with a win, they're going to have to be aggressive early and often. They might not connect on all of them, but pushing the ball downfield could open up a lot of opportunities for you to take advantage as this game unfolds.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. It's second down.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
To throw on second down is Hurts. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Now Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On third down, here's Hurts. That's a short one, caught by Goddard. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision. Here comes the Eagles punt team. The Broncos have Marvin Mims out for the return. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. Here comes the Denver offense, set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
The coaches spend all week, Mike, drafting up their opening script. These are the plays that they feel the best with to not only attack the defense early, but try to get an idea of what sort of matchups they're going to see throughout the course of the game. Now, all of that is thrown out the window. None of the plays take into account snapping it this close to your own goal line. They've got to try to get themselves some breathing room, pick up a first down or two. That will allow them to get back on track, executing the rest of that opening script.
They face 2nd down and 7. Now Nick's going to look to throw, and that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
The defense had their sights set on making a big play one way or another. First, it was the initial pressure. They thought they had the quarterback for a sack, but then they get their hands on the ball, and I think if you're this offense walking back into the huddle, Mike, an incomplete pass there, probably the best possible outcome.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. There's a short one taken by Ingram. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The home team's offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They'll start with a short field, looking for the first points of this contest, and they'll begin 1st and 10. A run with Barkley. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's caught Saquon Barkley. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. You know, it's always hard as an offense to waste such great field position, but they had a short field to work with, not able to pick up a single first down. So give a lot of credit for the defense stopping this drive before it really got started.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Broncos offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They send him right out of the slot. They'll run here with the rookie. And they'll finally track him down as he takes it up to the 45-yard line.
Once you see that guy coming across the formation pre-snap, Mike, you have to be thinking jet sweep instantly. It's just such a dangerous play that always has the potential for this type of yardage, especially when he wins that race to the edge.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the ground, this is Jaleel McLaughlin. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. A run now with McLaughlin. And he'll wind his way to about the 38-yard line. Nolan Smith makes the tackle. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 3rd and long. To throw is Nix. That's complete. It's McLaughlin. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. On comes the punter now. They'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 15. The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
They'll run the counter with Barkley. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. Hurts will work here from the pistol. That's over the middle and caught by Smith.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. That's on the former All-Pro Lane Johnson. They run out of the gun with Barkley. And a good run. He'll take it forward for 6 yards on 1st down. So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Man in motion is Brown. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Here's Braden Mann now, as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
The timing of the jet sweep is critical. If you can get the ball carrier past the end man on the line, Typically, there's a lot of space downfield, but give credit to the defense. They saw this one play out, they reacted quickly, and they're able to throw him down for a loss.
He gets that complete to his tight end Ingram. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. He's got the first down and more than that. A run here, it's McLaughlin. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. So, in that first quarter of play, 0-0 is the score. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw is Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Barkley. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. Off the play fake, Hurts. That's to the right side, caught by Goddard. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
He might be a tight end by position definition, Mike, but this guy is a bona fide playmaker with the ball in his hands, and we're just seeing this more and more across the league. These guys have such a natural ability to pick up yards after the catch, and man, it does wonders for an offense when you don't always have to throw the ball far to pick up big gains.
They're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Hurts Working in the pistol. There's the tight end, Grant Calcaterra. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some. They'll run the toss to Barkley. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
That was just a race to the edge, and in this case, Mike, he just wasn't the winner. I mean, at this point, when the defense is out there waiting for you, it's tough for any runner in this league to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Third down. Here's Hurts out of the gun. And that ball intercepted by Pat Surtain.
Defensively on third down, Mike, that's the money down. You have to find a way to get off the field. Most offenses are going to be more pass-heavy, looking to throw the ball downfield to convert. How can you dial up the pressure just a little bit, force an errant throw, and in this case, come away forcing the turnover?
The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. They'll run. This is McLaughlin. And he's going to manage to get this out of harm's way and bring it up to the 5-yard line. Good gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw is Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. And they'll get him down up around the 15-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand. So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his man. He finds Sutton. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Denver 1st down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
1st and 10. On the ground, McLaughlin. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Play action now. It's Nix. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Throwing, Nix. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
So now, this team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. Throwing is Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Man in motion is Smith. On third down, and the pressure will get to him. He goes down. There is a flag there on the play, but I think that's going to be holding on the offense. Here's the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. The Broncos offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Got a man over the middle. There's Sutton. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Up the middle they go. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. They'll throw. It's Nix. He'll try and get there on the ground. And Nix with the wise move there at the end, sliding to a stop, but he's got the first down.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the first down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. That is brought in downfield by Sutton. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 71 yards. Touchdown, Denver. Will Lutz now for the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Broncos will take a 7-0 lead. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. On second down, Hurts. The open receiver is Dotson. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
No touch. No touch.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
This offense just continues to struggle to find any sort of rhythm. And now part of it is self-inflicted wounds. But the vast majority of their struggles has just been their inability to pass protect. You can't expect your quarterback to settle into the game and have any confidence operating out of the pocket when the second he hits his back foot, the play's over.
Off-balance throw. It's complete. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Here's their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Broncos offense and receiver Cortland Sutton ready to get going again. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried the first half, it hasn't worked. Knicks now on 1st and 10. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Nice change of pace there on the back end, Mike. They brought dime defense, which means they have 6 defensive backs. That's a lot of guys back there defending this passing game, and when the quarterback has nowhere to go with the ball, he tends to hold it longer than his offensive line can protect for, and he goes down for the sack.
One final throw before the break. And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding. Just the lone touchdown in that first half of action. 7-0 is our score. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the third quarter begins. On the return, here's Mims. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. Trying to set up the screen, but he just had to spike that one. This will be incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He connects with Mims. 18 yards on the connection. First down, Broncos.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Following the penalty, they'll run it. He'll work forward to the 40-yard line. Tackle there by Jalix Hunt. They'll stick with him again. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to 3rd down. Here's Nix to throw. Here's a screen from McLaughlin. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
This is one of those cases where the offense is counting on the defensive line being over-aggressive in their pass rush, thinking that they can get the ball out of the quarterback's hand and into the back and pick up the first down on the yards after the catch. But the defense was obviously ready for it. A lot of guys running to the ball and just nowhere to go.
Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he'll bring this to about the 25. Alex Singleton, there on the tackle. Here's 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
On fourth down, out comes the punter, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. They'll run with the former Golden Domer, Audric Estime. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
They'll go with a counter on 1st down. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Quinyon Mitchell up to make the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Nix. They'll try to set up the screen here. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
How often do we see, Mike, the running back, they get a little too antsy and they go a little too fast on these screen plays. In this case, great job by the back. First, he let his offensive lineman go out. He then follows behind. That's the key to a good screenplay.
Nix, now to throw it here on 1st down. There's a short one taken by Ingram. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. He keeps it himself, and he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos will extend to a 10-0 lead. So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. Williams now to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Eagles offense ready to take over once again. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. A 2nd down throw for Hurts. He's going to keep it himself. A big play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field. And that's in an area where usually this play gets erased. A run up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Patrick Surtain makes the tackle. 3rd and long. Throwing is Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
This is a really popular concept on 3rd down. It's good versus man, it's good versus zone. They call it mesh routes or drag routes. They want to create some traffic in the middle of the field and pop the receiver out the backside of the defense. But give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. They rallied to the ball and keeps them short from picking up the 1st down.
The visitors' offense and Jaleel McLaughlin head back onto the field. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with 1st down. Play action now. It's Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
The offense is able to land a big blow there, and I think what happened defensively, Mike, is just everyone was not on the same page. And when you do that at this level, the good offenses, they're going to make you pay for it. They've got to clean up those mistakes, make the offense have to earn everything they get.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That's caught left side by Ingram. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Throwing, Nix. He's got it to tight end, Adam Troutman. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Slot receiver headed right. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of that, they get him down behind the line.
I'm thinking, Mike, they might have had a little tendency on him or been tipped off pre-snap, because it seemed to me like that defense was just ready and waiting for the jet sweep. There wasn't a whole lot he could do. He takes the loss.
A run now with McLaughlin. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. Nix from the gun on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. On the return, it's Williams. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense headed back to take over once more. They find themselves down 13-0 here. As they try to get things started offensively, it's 1st and 10. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
To say football is a game of inches may be an understatement after that last play. I mean, if he gets there just a little bit quicker, he can get 2 hands on it and reel it in. And instead of just forcing the incomplete, he could have had himself a pick.
No touch. No touch.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. John Franklin Myers there on the stop. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? To throw is Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. A run here, it's McLaughlin. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Now Nick's going to look to throw. He's got his man. He finds Sutton. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock, and without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Second down, Nix. He gets that complete to his tight end Ingram. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll throw. It's Nix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
Mims sent in motion here. On 4th down, here's Nix. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he is going to have the Broncos' 1st down. That'll be a gain of 15 on 4th down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Nix. He's got it at the 7. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Big-time completion right there. And this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
And he's going to be close to 1st down yardage, but the mark of a foot or 2 short. Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Jaleel McLaughlin. Touchdown, Denver. The offense will stay out there as they will line up and go for 2. They'll run. This is McLaughlin. And he'll go down, back at the 4.
I don't love the call. I mean, all week you practice these gotta-have-it plays. Every call sheet, Mike, has 3 or 4 plays that are down here in the goal line that could also be used as 2-point plays. I think to simply turn it around and just hand the ball to your running back, gotta be a little bit more creative. That's a big missed opportunity.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. This one taken at the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The home team's offense make their way out to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Hurts. He'll tuck it and take off. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a 1st down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have a clock in their head. They understand exactly how much time they have before they start stressing the protection. He realized pretty quickly here it was time to go, tuck the ball, become a runner, and he's able to pick up a big gain.
Man in motion is Brown. He'll get this out wide. Hurts and Brown connect, and it's a 1st down for Philly. He'll look to throw. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is first down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early first down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike. Touchdown, field goal, but either way.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. And that is incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. Third down coming up.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter.
On fourth down, it's Jake Elliott time for the Eagles. Officially, this will be a 43-yarder. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles are back within 2 scores. And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And he'll get about 4 to the 29. Here's a 2nd and 6. Mims sent in motion here. The throw on the run is complete. A big play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field. And that's in an area where usually this play gets erased. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's caught on the right side by Sutton. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
So the best thing this wide receiver is able to do here, Mike, on this crossing route is once he gets the ball in his hands, he's able to put his foot in the ground and get vertical. So often you see these guys get strung out sideline to sideline, and they're not able to pick up big yards after the catch. So really nice job here, and it leads to a big gain.
Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, McLaughlin. He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage.
Cornerbacks are drafted for their coverage ability. We see it year in and year out. Teams want to fortify their pass defense. But when they can come up and run support, it's just an added bonus for a defense. And this young rookie, he was one of the best picks available last year's draft, and we can see why.
Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. To throw is Nix. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
The Eagles' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete, but now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Oh, he's got a man, his tight end, Goddard. And they will get him down at the 35-yard line.
And it's the arm talent, Mike. It's on full display. His ability to step up in the pocket, get everything behind that ball, and throw a laser downfield. That's not a throw that all quarterbacks in the NFL are capable of making, and I think it was pretty good defense. Just turned out to be a better throw.
Now he'll run. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And they'll throw here with Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And that screen slow to develop, and they rally to the ball and stop him. That will be no gain on the screen.
Not the worst play call there. I actually like 3rd down screen game, especially when you're anticipating some pressure, an over-aggressive defense who's selling out to get to the quarterback. In this case, not a lot of room to operate. They don't convert. Brings up 4th down.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Got his man at the 6. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. Here we go. 1st and goal. To the air again. Hurts. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally as big, though. We're going to try to make it a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion. Now Hurts. And that is incomplete. Well done by the defense. And this is going to stay a 2-possession game. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
The Broncos offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. Slot man in motion right. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. Here's your timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. We'll talk things over before third down. He'll try to get this one on the ground. And he'll get 6 on this one, moving it inside the 40-yard line. On now, it's Will Lutz to try the field goal. This will be from 56 yards away. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Broncos will extend their lead. So following the field goal, Lutz is back out to kick it away. This is fielded inside the 5. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
A short throw taken in by Goddard. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Gonna need a big play now. 3rd down and long. Throwing is Hurts. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Well, that tip ball, I think, just saved a huge play because this offense found something. They had an open target with a lot of room to run, and unfortunately for them, the defender gets his hand on the ball, and that went away pretty quick.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.